This is Boxing Tickets, and we are delighted to be joined with the birthday boy, Matthew Tyndall, 22 years of age today. It
Yeah,
feels like a long time ago since we first done a Zoom. I think the last time we done a Zoom, you were only obviously getting ready to make your professional
yeah,
debut, which was probably around this time last year without obviously checking things out. But a year on, we went from obviously doing our our fight night posts and things like that. Obviously, missing fight nights and stuff like that.
mm,
But here we are on your 22nd birthday.
yeah,
And in some ways, it's not a birthday, I guess, that you could normally sort of, I guess as we fight and things like that, you sort of have a delayed birthday, but you're actually fighting tomorrow. Well, as
yeah,
this goes out, you'll have already fought, but um, I guess a bit of a turn up in the books for you, sort of
yeah,
opportunities come sometimes, and you just have to sort of run with it very quickly. So my understanding is obviously Declan Geraghty obviously pulled out of the fight with Senan Kelly on Friday,
yeah.
and was at that stage then that you were approached to be offered
We,
obviously to
yeah,
fight Senan for the Irish title?
we got a call. Well, we got a call saying that the fight was off, and then we got approached about it, and like it's very early on in my career now, but these opportunities don't come along too often, so we said go for it. Like it's such a big opportunity, and I'm so proud to be a part of this. So I'm delighted, and yeah, everything's going great right now. So I'm happy with how everything's going.
It's crazy in some ways.
Yeah,
The obviously what sort of happened is a knock-on effect with that is and credit the J and JB Promotions from obviously the fight sort of been put to on Friday, but today obviously this is Monday, but today as in Tuesday, obviously you're fighting Alan White
yeah,
in a scheduled 8 round fight, and the reason being obviously because you can't jump from a 6 round fight into a 10 round fight, so you need to be eligible for an Irish title. So
yeah,
like things have moved very, very fast from sort of the announcement happening, then setting up obviously this fight with Alan White, and then
yeah.
to be just over 2 weeks away from fighting for an Irish title. That's a boxing game. It's crazy.
That's it. But you always the thing is, I stayed ready. I was ready. I was in camp already for the show anyway. So all my sparring's being done, all my hard work is being done. It's not like I'm just coming off a layoff, and I've been fighting really regularly. So that's why I was in consideration for this because I've been so active. And yeah, I already fought when this comes out, but that's just another fight that I'm learning off, and I'm happy that I get to do this because it's so close to the next one that I'm in that mode again. Do you know what I mean? So I'm delighted with it.
You're not even obviously. I've joked with you here before we started the interview, and obviously saying that you can't even have any birthday cake today. Like
No,
you, and I said to you as well, like you can't even. It's not like you're fighting tomorrow and then you can enjoy your birthday cake.
eh,
Like your birthday's delayed maybe 3 weeks or so. So I guess
eh,
that's the punishment sometimes you have to take in being a professional boxer.
that's it. It'd be well worth it in the end when you have your hand raised and the belts wrapped around you. It's only another day for me, to be honest. Like it's like my whole family went on holiday last night, so it's only me and my dad, and my little brother at home. So it's just another day. Training later, training this morning, fight tomorrow, training then tomorrow night. Like it's still like it's not because I'm gonna fight tomorrow and I'll take a rest straight back into training and get these 2 weeks. Everything's gonna be put into them.
It's nearly like obviously before you said your brother and obviously your dad was there. I was going to say you're a 22-year-old version of Macaulay Culkin and Home Alone. Thankfully, you're not left alone and you don't have to fight off any burglars. But if burglars were going to break into your house, they were going to be in trouble.
The dogs are there.
But like it's remarkable to think it. Like you're just turning 22 years of age. You're
Yeah,
potentially on the verge of becoming an Irish champion.
yeah,
7 fights in,
yeah.
like
That's right.
it's probably the stuff of fairy tales in some regards. Like I know you're not the youngest Irish champion. I think that record's held by James Tennyson at 19. But
Yeah.
like they think it within a year if you turn in pro, you could be an
Um,
Irish champion. Like it's a dream start.
you know what? It's what I wanted though. I didn't want to be sitting around fighting journeyman like with everyone has to go through that stage of fighting them, but I didn't want to stay on them too long. I wanted to have these opportunities because that's when everyone will see the best of me. Whenever I've had to show what I'm really made of, this is the nights where I've done it over and over again. So I'm delighted that I get this opportunity in front of all my fans and people coming to see me, and even people that are there at the night will get to see.
It's, in some ways, obviously, I know you and senan are good mates and everything else like that. Like, there's no bad
Like,
blood in any way.
no,
Like,
there's not, no,
is it
yeah.
is it in some ways that it's, I guess that's part and parcel sometimes of the sport that you're in, that you're having to fight a friend. One of these is going to be, you know, no matter the result,
Yeah,
you'll still be friends at the end of it. But like, one of these is going to be an Irish champion, and the other one's
yeah.
going to be sort of licking their wounds. So it's, in some ways you're sort of looking at it and you're going like, even if you become victorious, you're not over celebrated because you know exactly how you'll feel.
Do you know what it is? It's at the end of the day, it's business. Like it's like this opportunity came. If it was anyone, I would have taken it. To be honest, it's not just because it's Senan. Yeah, he's a really nice lad. Everything, but I just have to focus on these next 2.5, 3 weeks, and then after, sure, at the start of this camp we're sparring each other, and then it turns out that we're gonna be fighting each other. Like, but it's the way it is. Like, so whatever. Like, it's just business at the end of the day.
I've seen obviously the promo that, I don't know if it'll go out before this interview or obviously it'll go out after the interview, but I've seen the sort of promo. Like, do you think at the start of like, you were hoping Senan prepare for his Irish title fight at the start of the camp, and at the
Yeah,
end of the camp,
I
you're
know.
fighting again? Like, it's if you didn't laugh in this sport, you sort of,
I know.
anything can sort of happen.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like it's he honestly he was the last person I would have thought of fighting because he's the weight underneath me. He came up to fight Declan for this, and you know what happened there. So yeah, like I would never have thought that I was gonna be fighting him. But the opportunity, as I said, the opportunity came, and I'm gonna take it.
We've spoken obviously many times, obviously on your brother as well, like, and the influence and sort of stuff you're having on him. Like, you obviously on the 4th of October you become the Irish champion. Like, you
Yeah,
know, no matter what, probably no matter what happens, like, that's your brother hooked. He's turning pro. I know he's obviously already fought in some of your cards and stuff already, but
nice.
like, is it just you're just having to fight him off at the moment? They say, let me have my moment now, let me get Irish
Yeah.
champion, and then you can turn pro.
You know what it is? He's been chomping at the bit to turn pro, but he's just a bit too young now. He has his All Irelands actually. He has his first fight in the All Irelands the weekend of my Irish title fight. So the next day he fights in the All Irelands, and then the what is it, the intermediates. So he wins that, he'll do the elites, and then hopefully after that he'll be ready to turn pro. So it's not like we're saying no, we just want to keep him just learning a bit more. Sure, he's hitting harder than anyone that I've been in with, you know what I mean? So he is ready. He just needs to mature a small little bit more. And this is what the intermediates and elites will do for him.
It's,
But
it's, it's that bit of
yeah,
experience sometimes that you need. I know
yeah,
that you're still relatively young in the sport as well, but
yeah,
you've that mature head on your shoulders from the experience you've built. In the same way with your brother, it's like, hold off another year. You'll
yeah,
thank us for it in years to come.
100%. Like there's at the end of the day, the program's a business, and there's no point rushing anything or jumping to something too quick or soon because it could come to bite you in the arse. So we think with Sean, um, it's maybe a bit early, and then another year won't hurt him. Like he's only 19 now. So same as me. Like this opportunity, we didn't think we'd be fighting for an Irish title this soon. Like, but I feel like I'm ready to fight it. So we took it. But if we didn't feel like we weren't ready, we wouldn't have taken it. Like we would have said maybe win the Celtic title first and then go for it. But I feel like we are ready. So it's all about taking your opportunities when they come.
How's your dad? Obviously, your dad's your coach and everything else to God as well. Like, had there been an awkward conversation there where you've overruled him and said, I'm the fighter, I'm making the decision, like, or is
No,
everything just all done as a team, or he believes you're ready as well? Like, well, it wasn't any awkward conversation. Everybody saying hold off and do one more. he believes you're ready now also.
All of us do, to be honest. All of us were on the same page, every single one of us. We called all my coaches up and they all said, take it. It's a big opportunity. My dad's more excited than I am. He's jumping around like a little child around the house every day. Um, I'm not really like that now. He's more energetic than me, but he's the one that does all the jumping and joking and all because he's excited. But I'm excited as well, but I'm not like that now.
It's I guess everything's all coming very quickly. Like if you had like 6 or 7 weeks to prepare for this, it
Yeah,
you probably have to have your dad and have the rest of your team there in the background to keep you relaxed. But you've only got pretty much 2.5 weeks of this to
yeah,
focus on it. So obviously you've the task with the Alan White fight, which again obviously this could be published afterwards, but you'll have that over and done with. That'll be your 8 rounder. You'll be fresh as a daisy, ready for 2 weeks to go again.
yeah, 100%. Like, um, I'm just like people think just because I'm taking this fight, I'm not ready or he's very inexperienced. Like this camp has been a really good camp. I was still gonna be fighting on this card. All my sparring's been 8 rounds, 10 rounds. So I haven't been just sparring 4 and 6 rounds. I've been sparring proper rounds. My running, my strength training has been to the longer rounds. So it's not like I've been training for a 4 round or 6 rounder. I've been training really hard for a longer round fight. And it wasn't because we only found out this a few days ago, but it's mad because we're training for a longer fight without even knowing it. And then the opportunity came and we're ready, like, do you know what I mean?
Talk to me obviously about the spars with senan. Obviously, not that I'm wanting you to diss it or to say I had the better or he had the better, but obviously, what's the spars been like? Like as a box office sort of stuff, like what's the spars been like without sort of giving too much away or to say I don't want to go down the route of you
Mm,
saying this or that. Like
yeah,
the spars been good with senan, so we're in for a really good fight.
yeah, like we sparred each other since my second fight, since this my second camp, like so. I'm going into my seventh fight now. So that's a long time sparring, like, and every spar's been a very, very good spar. Um, that's why we kept going back to each other. So if one was getting the better of each other or one was smashing the other, you wouldn't go back. So I'm so excited for this, like, um, and I'm sure Senan is gonna say the same. The spars were close, the spars were very even. So this is what's gonna make such a great fight.
And it's going to go over 10 rounds as well, which is even better. Becoming
It's
obviously Irish champion on the 4th of October, what would it mean to you? Is that, I guess it's probably the only start of your journey. Like obviously you've bigger goals and bigger aspirations, for the rest of your professional career at a very young and early age. But like if
mm,
you're an Irish champion at 22, you probably have to
yeah.
ground yourself with a couple of defences before you move on. Or is that it? Once you get the Irish title under the way, it's like, let's go European. It's like, you're still 22, so you're still a baby in the sport. So what
Yeah, like
Irish champion on the 4th of October, what will that mean to you?
first of all, this is like my world title. There's nothing bigger than this to me now. This is everything to me. So I'm not thinking about any European fight, any defense, any any other belt, any other fight. This is the only thing that matters in my head right now. So I'm not gonna overlook anyone, overstep anything. This is the only thing that matters. And when we get to that stage, we'll talk about it. But right now, the 10 rounds is all that matters for the Irish title on 4th of October.
And I know you've been the biggest advocate, obviously, of JB Promotions. It nearly feels in a way like every show that Jay's done, you've been a part of, So,
Yeah,
um, you've grown up with obviously with JB Promotions as well. Like you've always been the biggest positive output on them, but like it's gonna go up tenfold even more now. Like Jay probably have to start paying you for saying so many good words about JB Promotions, but they've been an absolute diamond over the last 12 months in Irish boxing.
you know what? Jay's been a breath of fresh air for Irish pro boxing. Without him, there wouldn't be. I wouldn't have this opportunity. I would have only had about one or two, three fights maybe. Like not so I wouldn't have been kept so busy. Um, Jay, like it's not just like he's your promoter or manager where you only hear of him. at a fight day. Do you know what I mean? He's constantly checking in with you. He's constantly talking to you. So it's more of a friendship and a bond than just a manager. So it's good that I'm so happy that everything happened when I turned pro, when he started his promotional company up, that it was all at the same time. And it all just happened at the perfect time.
Definitely did. It's definitely been remarkable. Obviously, I know I'm sort of saying this again because it's going to go out afterwards, but obviously all the very best of luck with obviously your fight
Thanks
with
very
Alan
much.
tomorrow.
Yeah,
Obviously, when this goes out, that fight will have taken place
yeah,
and the contract will be signed for your fight with Senan. But we'll obviously see you on Fight Week in
yeah.
Dublin
I'll
the
see you
fourth
again.
of at the start of October. But thanks as always for
Thanks
your
very
time,
much for having
Matthew,
me.
and I'll speak to you very soon.
Yeah, thanks very much. Thanks.
Cheers, take care,
All right,
and enjoy
cheers.
the rest of your birthday, by the way.
I'll training later. That's my birthday present.
Cheers, Matthew. Take care.
Thanks very much. Bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye.
Yeah.